My name is Gunter Van Craen. I'm the CDIO of Bekaert and part of the executive committee. Typically, we start with a couple of roles that I have in my organization that are specialized to understand where we're going to make the biggest impact for the effort that we're going to put in from a value perspective. And then we work our way backwards into technology. So that means we basically find a business case and then we look for the technology to solve it. We're not basically looking at technology, looking for a problem to solve it. So it's totally the other way around. Yet what we do is we continuously scan new technologies like what you mentioned on IoT, AI, blockchain, metaverse and so on, to just try to figure out how big the impact could be in the industry where we are. And that is not always that easy because we are in a fast-paced era where technology changes a lot. So we scope out quite carefully in which technologies that we're going to invest. IoT and artificial intelligence, we are totally convinced that is going to drive our transformation of our total business. So that's where we've really invested into piloting and scaling our IoT capabilities in our plants. And most of our machines are now connected, which allows us to create data, which we then basically deploy AI and ML models on to optimize our operations processes. And we can scale this now through our products as well, as we think about servitization and as we think about creating those smarter products in the market. We can use those same platform capabilities to make this product smart and to deploy intelligence on top of them. We talked today in HCL a lot about agile teams and DevOps teams and so on, so other ways of working. I always like to then say, these are three really important components, but there's the fourth one which we need to realize as well as we go through this digital transformation. And when we open up our world to the outside, when we open up our world to the internet, our profile for cybersecurity crime has increased dramatically over the last 3 years. So that's why we've not only embarked on the digital transformation, but at the same time we beefed up our cybersecurity capabilities. And we've done that in cooperation with multiple partners, but predominantly also with HCL, because most of my operational processes are with HCL Tech. And that means that we're deploying capabilities, but we are also technical capabilities that will protect us from the outside world, and there's a lot of things that you can do, but also working on different procedure steps and steps in how we deal with incidents, how we deal with breaches, and then lastly also how we deal with awareness in our global workforce, because we all know that obviously the employees are potentially one of the weakest links in this cybersecurity game. So like HCL Tech, we value sustainability a lot. It's part of our core. So there's a couple of things that we need to do. One is we need to optimize our operations because the business we are in typically deploys a lot of electricity, heat, and has a rather big footprint. So, we started a program which we call You Know What. And that's a program in every plant where we try to identify in sprints of 2 weeks, we try to identify how we are going to optimize electricity consumption and optimize lines for CO2 footprint. And that works very, very well. And that's where we can marry the outcomes of a sustainability agenda with economical benefits. On the other hand, we are also looking at the other sustainability targets which we have, like diversity and inclusion, that we track meticulously with dashboards and with target setting within our own company. And we try really to move the needle on some of these efforts, not only on the electricity, but on the broader concept of the SDGs and what we have committed our efforts to. And I think the third one, which I want to emphasize, and I think it's really, really important, is how we create products and what products we create. So from a Bekaert perspective, our strategy is really to move beyond steel. A good example, for instance, is the construction industry is a rather conservative, but where we prove today already that when it comes to providing flooring, that we have superior products called Tramix, for instance, where we can dramatically decrease the amount of steel that needs to be put into buildings, and at the same time even prolong the life of some of those components. I think the world is not at this point in time educating enough people to actually fulfill the demand from a technology perspective, and I think that is a center point of our sourcing strategy as well, and also our efforts to build women in tech type of communities so that we can drive some diversity in our profession as well. The other piece is we don't want to do everything ourselves. We keenly have segregated out the jobs that we want to do within Bekaert ownership and what we want to do with partners. And that's where I think we are working with all of our partners, including ACL Tech, to find the right talent for the roles that we want.